school. So we've got like all the ages.
You've
like
got
all
the
schools.
range. Yeah,
Yes.
you've got the range. So are they, do you notice like one child maybe leaning more towards wanting to help you more than the other? Or how is it kind of shaken out in terms, because that's definitely, even though both of my kids like to cook, I feel like one volunteers more.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're all very different. My 5-year-old kindergartner sort of needs a motivation. Like if he knows that he'll be on Instagram or get paid for his time or something because of my business, he's into it. My 8-year-old, I think, does it for connection with me. Like if he's feeling a little lonely, he'll wander into the kitchen and say, "Do you need anything, Mom?" Which I know just melts my heart.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old is my only girl. So I've got 3 boys and a girl. So Leah is definitely the cook in the family who's the most passionate about it. She's the one who will get on Pinterest, choose her own recipes. She has kept us, I mean, we've been at home for 4.5 weeks now out of school, and she has kept us well stocked in homemade snacks and treats and, baked goods, not always like dessert baked goods, but breads. And she's very busy in the kitchen often. And so that's sort of her cathartic escape, I think. Mm-hmm. She likes to do that on her own. And then my oldest son, he's very practical like me. So this is my freshman. He's a boy. So I think he really sees it as an investment in his future and a way to help the family. Like he doesn't really complain when I ask him to help. And he's got a story of his own in a way, because she and 4 friends have a cookbook by Kids for Kids coming out in May.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah. So he's taken it to, become a little entrepreneur with it, which I love.
That's amazing. And I think, again, like these skills that you're teaching are life skills, especially now, I think more than ever, being able to feel independence in the kitchen and understand how to take whole foods, ingredients, and assemble them rather than just a box or a package and following the directions. There's so much more creativity and empowerment in there. And it allows you to dive more deeply into what your body needs and address that. Do you think, I'm curious about your opinion, because there's been a lot of contradictions out there, which is, I find kind of disheartening, but do you feel that you can boost your immunity or protect your immune system by your food choices?
That is such a pertinent question in these times, isn't it?
It is.
People are just being so careful to say, I think most of the news stories are saying there's not one magic pill, but it sort of comes across as saying nothing will help. I'm a huge proponent of giving your body the best fuel possible. I think it's almost ridiculous to say that food cannot possibly help. Right? That someone who's living on French fries, chicken nuggets, and Coca-Cola is going to have the same sort of fuel or weaponry against a virus than someone who's eating vegetables and legumes and, fasting or giving their body like time to be hungry and time to be nourished. It doesn't make sense in my brain at all to say that food doesn't matter. So absolutely, I think that we need to get lots of vitamins and minerals from food and feed our gut bugs, keep our gut healthy with prebiotics and probiotics. And
we are so on the same page. I love it. You're speaking my language. For everybody listening out there, please don't listen to the noise. To say that there's nothing that you can really do is ridiculous. It puts you as a sitting duck. Yes, you need to get a wide variety of fresh produce. You need nutrients, you need vitamins, you need protein, you need slow burning carbohydrates for sustained energy. You need all of that. And this time is no different than any other time. And Katie, I think what you just said is so spot on. Like, don't tell me eating a diet of chicken nuggets and French fries is just going to put you in the same place as somebody that's eating fresh vegetables and lean protein every day. That's just not, there's no logic there. Mm-hmm. And so as we come to wrap up our time together, is there one dish that has become sort of like the signature dish? Or I know that you're teaching skills, but I'm sure that there are some things that kids walk away from, or maybe something that you love teaching. Are there certain dishes that you love, or one signature dish that you have that you would love everybody to try?
You know, it's funny. It really comes full circle with the fact that homemade guacamole is the one that my kids will fight over. I say, who will make homemade guac? And like all three of the older ones, me. So that for whatever reason, that's definitely our family's central. I know my older kids, they cook dinner once a week, completely on their own. They have to plan it. I've learned that it's better for me to stay out of the kitchen entirely because I give too much advice and it's not helpful psychologically for them.
Yeah, well, that's great. They can be that independent and doing it from A to Z.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's a huge benefit too for parents listening. Like if you're trying to get a little time back, it takes an investment like any part of parenting, like most things that are worthwhile in life. But I definitely get paid back in breakfasts and snacks and, you know, one full dinner a week plus sous chefs otherwise. So they make one dinner a week. One of their favorites is a cheeseburger soup, which is perfect for these times because we just use 1 pound of ground beef and then we add like some beans to sort of bulk it up and lots of those long lasting vegetables like celery and carrots and turnips and potatoes. So yeah, I've been writing a lot recently about how you can extend your grocery shopping trips, right? What are the veggies that will last longer than a week? Cabbage is my best friend right now.
Yes, I am so down with that. Cabbage and celery and the hearty root vegetables that will hold up literally for a couple of weeks. Is if there's one thing that you feel this transition just in your career has taught you about yourself, what is that? More for the parents listening that may be thinking, well, you know, I did this, but maybe I want to do something else.
Do you mean like going to teaching kids to cook online? You mean?
Yeah. Just taking your classroom education and turning it into more of a culinary career.
I feel like it's more of being an entrepreneur for me. And I've been doing this for 11 years online. And I always feel every year, like if I have to tell someone how long I've been doing it, it's like, wow, I've been doing this 11 years, but I still feel like a rookie, which is good and bad, right? It's good for your brain to always have to be learning new things. But there's a part of me that's like, oh, I'm so tired of having to pivot and shift all the time. So I know it's good for me. But I think with teaching kids to cook, I've learned that I'm tenacious because nobody's walking around going, oh, I wish I could figure out how to teach my kids to cook. And I'm just looking for a class, right? Like I'm not, I have to start at square -1 and say, all right, parents, listen, this is why this is so vitally important, and just like pour my passion out and really convince people first that yes, you need it, then help them find the time, which is again the silver lining of this quarantine, right? There's not as many excuses, and then move into finally like the actual teaching. So it's been definitely a process, but I'm hoping that more parents are feeling like the urge to teach life skills right now, just because you're at home all the time. And I mean, number one life skill, the one you'll use every single day, is cooking.
Amen. Yes, I love that. Well, you are doing it, and a good entrepreneur pivots all the time because they have to survive. So I know that very well. And I just really appreciate all of your practical advice and skills. And where do you hang out the most? We'll have all of your links in the show notes, but if people want to come and find you and follow along, where do you like to hang out the most?
For sure. Well, I think the most real is Instagram. That's where you'll see, you know, just unedited pics of kids and my kids in the kitchen and what we're really doing, and me admitting from time to time that like, I don't really want them in here right now either, but I'm going to do it anyway. So yeah, Instagram's the most real for sure at Kids Cook Real Food. Kids Cook Real Food. Awesome. Katie, thank you so much. And I can't wait to show your class to everybody. I'm excited to see it. Thank you. That's great. Well, you know what, Maria, I would love to give that knife skills class that I mentioned, the 10-minute class. Can we do that as a freebie for your audience? Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. And everybody should take a good knife skills class. How can they redeem that? Cool. Yeah, we'll make a special link for you at kidscookrealfood.com/your-first-name. Okay. Maria, and that'll be there. And that's good. You know, ages 2 to 12, we teach the same holds because I want there to be a continuum from butter knife to chef's knife. So it works for all ages. I love it. Okay, we'll post that in the show notes too. Everybody grab that free 10-minute
knife skills class. I'm sure all the adults out there could use a refresher too. Katie,
Awesome.
thank you again.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I know you have a lot of choices out there of what to listen to, what to watch, so it means a lot to me that you're here with me. And hey, if you love this content, would you hit the subscribe button? I want you around. I don't want you to just show up for one episode and leave. I want you here, part of the conversation, a seat at this table. And while you're at it, would you share this with your friends and family? And if you take a screenshot and share it on your social media with a hashtag RFYBL for Recipes for Your Best Life, I'll make sure to personally give you a shout out, and you may just be featured right here on the show. So until next time, here's to living deliciously and being the chef of your best life.